I'm the femme fatale. The day the kingdom fell, the enemy general dragged me to the chopping block. But right when it was time, the executioner just froze. When the blade came down, I didn't have a scratch on me. He chopped off his own foot instead. The young general stepped up to do it himself, but the second our eyes met, he turned beet red. Come on, she got forced into marrying that lousy emperor. What did she even do wrong? If you ask me, just ban him from honey water for 2 days and call it even. Everyone was at a loss, so they sent me to the imperial tutor, the most cold-blooded, women-proof man in the kingdom. His men just stood there staring at each other. Nobody made a move. He set down his book, grabbed his sword, and pulled back the curtain. The moment our eyes met, the legendary women-proof imperial tutor stopped breathing. Ye Yansheng was the hottest guy in the capital. When he came to the city for the imperial exams, noble ladies were falling all over him. 2 bad looks were all he had. The guy was a total airhead. Failed the exams twice in a row, then married into a rich family and lived off his wife. My mom, Yan Jingge, was the capital's #1 heartbreaker. Every hot guy she crossed paths with, she'd already flirted with him. From the day I was born, my grandpa said the Yan family was done for, because I inherited my dad's empty head and my mom's eye for pretty faces. At my 1-year ceremony, I grabbed my dad's face. If my tutor wasn't some charming, good-looking guy, I'd cry nonstop and not take in a single word. Oh my gosh, ha ha ha. I'd barely memorize a poem, then eat breakfast the next morning and forget the whole thing. Grandpa made me kneel in the ancestral hall and asked if I knew what I did wrong. Yep, next time I sneak roast duck, I'll save Grandpa half. That landed me a beating and I got thrown out of the ancestral hall. Dad held my little hand and patched me up. I thought about what Grandpa said. Beauty alone is the most useless thing. Mom, is that actually true? Are you kidding? Looks are literally the most important thing. And just like my parents hoped, I got more stunning with every year. Word spread that I was the #1 beauty in the capital, even topping my dad in his prime. Families lining up just for a shot at my face wore down our doorstep. The more famous I got, the more stressed Grandpa looked. He watched us go absolutely crazy fighting over 1 peach, and just shook his head in disgust. 3 people, and not 1 brain between us. Grandpa wanted to retire and drag all 3 of us out to the countryside. But before his resignation letter even arrived, a royal decree beat it there. Before they took me to the palace, Grandpa held my hand like he'd aged 10 years overnight. I was only 17, the emperor was 67. That old creep actually had his eyes on my granddaughter, and he ended up getting sick from all that stress. The day I entered the palace, I hadn't even seen the old emperor yet when news broke. Enemies had attacked. Next thing you know, the emperor was dead and the kingdom had fallen. In times of chaos, women always take the blame. I got slapped with the label femme fatale out of nowhere, and suddenly everyone wanted my head. I put on a veil and hid all over that massive palace. But they still found me and dragged me to the chopping block. Facing death, the first thought that popped into my head wasn't even fear. It was, this executioner is huge and ugly. What if I have nightmares later? I hadn't even finished that thought when he spat a mouthful of booze onto his blade. Just as the blade was about to drop, a gust of wind blew my veil right off. When it came down, I was completely fine. He chopped his own foot again. General, this girl is pure and radiant. Way too refined for this. There's no way she's the femme fatale. Don't hurt an innocent person. General, let me handle this. The moment the young general locked eyes with me, his eyes went soft and his grip on the sword loosened. Untie her. I got pulled off the chopping block and even scored a new outfit. Plus a tiny little tent, clean meals every day, and sweet honey water on the side. Lying in bed, I thought, Grandpa was wrong. Looks really are the most important thing. All because of this face. The soldiers outside were arguing again. Before long, some scary-looking guy would storm in with a blade. Then a minute later, he'd walk back out looking completely zoned out. She really is stunning, though. How could someone that pretty be a femme fatale? He looks so pale. Did I scare him? My bad, my bad. Tomorrow I'll grab some honey and keep giving him honey water. That night's dinner was insanely lavish. Straight up royal banquet level. I sat there stiff as a board, too scared to touch my chopsticks, thinking this had to be my last meal. Did something happen? We're under attack. The imperial tutor of Dazhao, Chu Yunhei, is here. Last time I heard that name, it was from my grandpa. Back then, I was totally convinced that with just this face of mine, whatever I wanted, someone would hand it right over. But Grandpa just shook his head. There's one man who's completely immune to women. Stone cold, no exceptions. The emperor of Dazhao once sent him beauties from all over the kingdom. Every single one got sent back. In front of a man like that, your looks mean absolutely nothing. Figured if I was gonna die, I'd die full. So I ate 2 huge bowls that night. Next morning, voices outside the tent woke me up. The femme fatale can't be kept alive. Kill her. Imperial tutor. The fall of Bei Xiao. Honestly had nothing to do with her. Right, imperial tutor. She seems simple, no schemes at all. She's just some poor girl who barely made it to the palace. Why not just let her go?